I like that. Waffle hammer to you. Waffle hammer to you.
Waffle hammer.
Waffle hammer, waffle hammer. Waffle hammer to you. Alright, welcome.
Yeah.
Episode
104.
The year is 2033. Here we are again. Was there ever more than two of us, or did we just dream that at this stage?
No, I think it was just a malformed reflection of us, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I might have had some bizarre fever dream where it wasn't just us two doing this.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that now.
Really?
Yeah.
If there was ever more than two of us, please tell us, because we don't remember anymore. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been a very long time.
In real world, it has been about 2 weeks since we recorded as well.
It has. So loads has happened.
Yeah, the world has moved on quite significantly. We actually had the reveal show at Adepticon.
Yeah.
So 11th edition 40k is a thing. As a great shock to absolutely no one.
So if they said when it's coming out?
It will be June, yeah.
That's
which in
nice,
real
isn't
world
it?
terms is, well, potentially only 8 weeks away, and we'll have 11th edition 40k.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
What are they doing different in this one?
Fuck knows.
Oh, I see.
There was an article about terrain being different, but the last two editions have said terrain will be different.
Yeah.
And army building will be different. But in the last two editions, army building was going to be different.
Yeah, it was worse.
Yeah.
They've made it much worse.
So let's see. I'm holding any opinion until I actually see something as to whether it's any different at all.
I know no more about the next subject other than the words I'm about to say. Is Perturabo the next one back? Because I'm sure I saw something.
Also, that's been in the last 2 weeks. There was a big bit of artwork revealed.
Right.
Where Peter Turbo himself was kind of the main focus.
See, I don't think he's fun enough
to
have that Peter Turbo nickname. I'm not giving that to him.
Maybe it's ironic.
Yeah. Maybe it is. Anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, it's likely that we're getting a Perturabo model. Potentially as we're in the narrative campaign wrap-up of 10th. Maybe he'll be the focus of one of those, a bit like we just had Yarick.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a Perturabo book, which would be cool. Primarchs are always fun. But the main thing was, you called it about the launch box. And I said, no, they'll paint them blue. They are blood angels in the launch box, which is fantastic.
Someone with more sense than me must have said it and it lodged in my head. It's a bit of information.
So it just kind of stuck on in there. But all in all, I think it was a pretty good reveal show. We saw about 11th, which was what it was, but there was also some other nice reveals in there, which right now have slipped my memory, but I do remember being very impressed at the time.
There was the goat toboggan.
The goat toboggan.
Yeah, for orcs and goblins in Warhammer, the old Sigma.
The old Sigma.
Yeah, that happened.
The goat toboggan.
Yeah, the goat toboggan. Yeah, everyone thinks, the goat toboggan's a toboggan being pulled by goats. It's not. It's a toboggan with goats in there.
Or made of goat.
Yeah. Oh, what an awful thought. I used to work on a farm, and let me tell you, that toboggan would stink, and there were better things to build toboggans out of. So that came out.
Yeah.
And the Frisbee Golf Space Marine. Yeah.
Was that a VR experience, Space Marine Frisbee Golf?
Exactly so. And all you have to do is you go there, and then you lie down on the floor in the best approximation you can in a disc shape, and then it feels like in your VR that you get picked up.
A large man flings you.
Yeah.
Speaking of VR, when we did that VR, I found the most jarring bit was when in the headset it feels like you should be walking up a slope.
Yeah.
But you're on flat ground. That throws you off.
Any uneven ground.
Yeah.
They need to think of a way.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do the VR experience in something akin to a step machine.
Yeah, or like a treadmill that adjusts. Or, yeah, that could work.
Or like a 360 hanging.
Yeah.
So get on with it.
Yeah.
The one we went to, I don't know why. It reminded me of Biker Grove, like it was a completely unfinished building.
It was.
You know what I mean?
It was an old YMCA.
Yeah.
Where you walked in, there was still like YMCA stuff on the walls, and then we had to go out into a strange stairwell.
Yeah.
Which was also for a residential block of flats.
That was very peculiar.
You kind of walk up with people going about their business and
Yeah.
going into their homes, and then into an entirely different space.
Yeah.
To do the VR. It was all very disjointed.
And all the, not inner furnishings, but everything was exposed in the VR room, like all the ceiling.
Yeah.
The ceiling secrets.
Yeah.
That's the technical term for it.
The ceiling's gusset. Yeah, so a lot's happened in the real world, but every other podcast going has probably talked about those.
We've gone round the moon.
Yeah, we have gone around the moon.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's done my head in about all this World War nonsense? We've done something dead cool.
It's just been overshadowed.
It's like Seventh Story on the news.
Yeah.
Does my head in.
But then us going to the moon hasn't made it less expensive for me to fill up my petrol in my car. So
No, I know, and like, I'm not sure there's a way that it could. I think that was
unless they found like some vast oil reserves on the moon.
Just brought back loads of petrol.
That would have been good.
So that was good. And like, if we are to talk about like the war stuff, I do like how it was clearly a war started to distract everyone from Epstein. Then the war started going very badly for him. So today they've had Melania come out and say, "No, I never knew Epstein." so then no one asked them.
Apropos of nothing. I never heard of him.
Yeah, so now they're using Epstein to distract everyone from the war. They were using.
Oh, what a wonderful world we live in.
Yeah. Anyway,
the other thing, I think I sent this to you, but the maxing.
Oh yes.
Word that's gone far too far.
Yeah, no, Dan sent me this video about this guy having to explain the concept of tiptoe maxing.
So it seemed to be that there's a thing called height maxing.
That was it, sorry, yeah.
And to height max, what you do is effectively wear stealth high heels.
Yeah.
So it's like a high-heeled shoe for blokes where the heel is inside the shoe to make you appear taller. However, their cunning ruse would be foiled if they got a lady back to their bedroom at their mum and dad's house.
No. Let's not be needlessly offensive about these people. Just the bare truth is shameful enough for them. We need to add no more.
But if they got a woman back to wherever they happen to sleep, they might be found out when they took their shoes off.
It'll be like they're doing the old comedy sketch. It looks like they're walking.
So this video is explaining hints and tricks on if you have height maxed, what to do.
Yeah.
So number one was wait until she's in the bed.
Yeah.
So she can't tell that you've gotten shorter because of a weird perspective change.
Yeah.
Number two was place a large book next to the bed that you can rest your heels on once you've taken your shoes off.
Yeah, like a codex or two if you want to try it at home.
Or just the Horus Heresy rule book, that's probably thick enough.
Yeah. But then I've stood on them without any socks on, and it's quite clammy on that cold, so like bear that in mind.
I guess because it's that laminated cardboard, you're going to get sweaty and she's going to smell the feet.
That's true,
But number three was tiptoe max with 2 X's, which is effectively walk around on tiptoe.
On your tiptoes at all times.
And I just found this to be the most absurdly depressing and dystopian internet moment of my week.
Yeah.
That this is genuine advice being given to young impressionable minds.
What type of maxing do you think we could do then?
You and I, ginger maxing?
Yeah, well, no,
We've got ginger moustache maxing on this episode.
Yeah, well that's fair. Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we were like a ginger, a better looking version of the Thompson twins. I like that. Yeah.
Thompson maxing?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, we've done that.
Pod maxing.
Maxing. Idiot
Waffle
maxing.
Waffle That's what we're doing. We are waffle maxing all over this internet.
But if any of you are maxers, is that what they're called?
I guess they'd be maxers. Yeah, with 2 X's, not 1 X.
Yeah. You've got a max. You've got to max the X, haven't you? So if you are a maxer of any form, tell us about it.
Let us know.
Unless you are you like maxing out, like not socialising with people, and then you'd be undoing yourself by messaging them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose then there'd be minning.
Exactly. Do you reckon there could be min maxing?
min-maxing social interaction.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like we only talk to each other, but then put it out to the world.
Yeah. But everyone else needs to reflect on that.
Yeah.
That's not
What kind of maxer could you be?
exactly.
Yeah. That's. I don't. Where did we even end up there? Yeah, that's what's happened in the maxing world. We've had the reveal show.
Yeah.
Rob is still missing. Probably never going to come back at this point.
I think he's in Benidorm.
Yeah.
I think he
I've
probably
heard he
is.
went over to Iran to sort the whole thing out. He's single-handedly going to reopen the
Well,
straits.
we've had the ceasefire, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe Rob is actually some agent of peace in the Middle East.
What a lovely thought.
Yeah.
What a lovely
I do hope so, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
From
as well.
Welsh Pool to the Straits of Hormuz,
Yeah.
that's where he's gone. But yeah, Rob, wherever you are, hope you're safe, mate. But at this point, we don't even know if you've existed. Yeah.
No, it's perfectly reasonable that he might not have existed because AI is a thing.
Yeah.
I might not have just ticked like the AI label when you're uploading the video.
Maybe he was the finical,
Finical.
the physical manifestation of Dibble.
I haven't even considered
Because
that.
since Dibble
There's been no Rob.
has been with us, there's been no Rob.
So Rob is dead.
Rob is Dibble. Yeah.
You should have just spoke to us, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should have ran off.
If that's how you were feeling, mate, yeah. Always time to talk.
Bring back his chair.
Yeah. Hey, what kind of hobbying have you been doing, Joe?
All sorts. I've been painting my gardener fella for the MPO. Struggled for ages over the skin. Then I realised nothing around the skin was painted. But when I painted everything, the skin's going to need to change again.
Yeah.
So now I'm just getting everything to a suitable level where I can decide how to tweak it. I reckon one more session, everything will be coloured in properly.
Yeah.
And then I'll go from there. Quite happy with that, how that's gone so far. I think the model, because it was what's it called when you signed? A Kickstarter you signed up to, wasn't it? For a gentleman who makes all of his models out of clay, you said.
Yes, he does.
And there are certain areas on the model where that's quite evident.
You can see the ridge details from his fingers.
And my thinking was, what can I do naturally? And that's paint in a scruffy fashion.
Yeah.
And if the model is modelled in a somewhat scruffy fashion, I'm thinking I could pass off scruffy execution.
So you're scruff maxing
Yeah.
your MPO entry.
Yeah, and I could pass that off as an artistic choice rather than like a skill-based limitation.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way of
So that's that. What else have I done? I've painted up a Necromunda Sump Beast.
Oh, I like that one. We sent me the picture. Yeah, that was
Put that up now. He is to go in my Sump Pirate Ogren game, 2,000 point game. You can start off a game. You can start with brutes, innit?
Yeah.
So like the Sump.
Also,
In
he's
it.
going to tell us
In
not
it,
to.
yeah, no.
There's no. If you're the Necromunda police, you don't belong here.
No, quite right. So I got him finished and I did the base. So it's a big old base. I think it was 100 mil one.
Yeah.
Nice and exquisitely done 3D printed base with bits that were low, so I could fill it with sump water. But the sides of the base were like that. So I
Okay.
couldn't wrap anything around it because I ended up with slanty wall base. So what I did was with UV resin, like partridge and a sausage, I used the UV resin around the edges of breakwater,
Nice.
and then did the rest of the water effects in. I put like glow in the dark UV bright green because in my head the sump is bright green.
Yeah, it must be.
I know it says it's loads of different colours and it depends what people have been pouring into it. And I'll accept that, but like gunk, the sump is bright green, like
Yeah,
luminous
it
green.
makes sense to me. It'd be green.
So I finished, anyway, did that base, and I was like, oh, it's a good plan, but it's all going to dribble down the sides, isn't it? Not a bit of it. Yeah, it's really quiet. I wouldn't say it'd stay there forever. It's like honey.
So they're fairly viscous.
Yeah. So that worked really well. and I have been painting up 1995 Orlock Heavy with the heavy stubber, where he's got it like that, and he's got a weird
Love
headset
that
on.
one.
But I've been using him for. He's got exactly the same colour palette as the gardener.
Oh, so he's like your test piece almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to test.
You've test maxed on the Orlock.
Yeah, we're maxing
everything, yeah.
So I think that's it. I've probably done like.
We played a game as well.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
In a rare moment, we actually threw some dice.
Yeah.
We had a game.
So actually, in the last 2 weeks, I've done 2 things I hardly ever do.
Yeah.
Had a game and finished a model.
There we go. Well, auspicious days.
I think, Games Workshop's going to send me one of them hobby hero things now. I'll go for an award meal, a model and a game, lad.
Yeah.
In you come.
Get on the wall at Bugman's. Well, yeah, I had the game with you.
Yeah.
You tried out your Scavies, didn't you?
No, Ratskins.
Ratskins, your Ratskin gang that you played as Venators.
Yeah, that was good fun.
And we did it was one of the missions from one of the Arantian books, wasn't it?
Sindrak Burning.
Yeah, so you were the Ratskins defending like a settlement.
Yeah.
And I was the enforcers coming in. It was a bloody game.
Yeah, like ice. You were like the ice.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, we effectively had like a Minnesotan standoff.
Yeah, it was a very bloody game.
Yeah, a lot died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good fun. Nice to play a proper game. First one in a good while.
Actually, we put the board up on the Waffle Insta.
We did, yeah. So it was that board if you go and check us out on Instagram.
Yes, it was a very pretty board to play on, and it was a good fun game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
really
enjoyed
good.
it a great deal.
Yeah.
Loads of silly moments, which is all you need.
Yeah,
really.
a lot of people falling off buildings.
Yeah.
Yet no one got injured. I don't think anyone took any fall damage, despite at least 3 or 4 people taking 6+ inch falls.
Maybe it was in like one of the wacky warehouse domes at the Hive, and it was just like loads of cushions.
It was all
on the
a bouncy
floor.
castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, hobby-wise?
I finished off my first MPO entry, which was Tiny Plane.
Yes.
Epic scale plane with scenic plinth backdrop.
It's a lovely plinth. Like, I don't want to draw attention away from the plane, but the plinth's ace as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice kind of making something quite colourful.
Yeah.
Because they've got these tiny little windows on the planes. I thought, well, how can I make the windows interesting? So at the time I painted it pink, because why not?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, how do I make that make sense? He's flying through a dusk sky.
Well, planets of all types of different colours.
Yeah, so he's flying through the dusk of a pink night sky, and that's the reflection in the windows. But it was a fun model, but my god, it's fiddly at that scale.
Yeah.
There's so many teeny tiny details, and I probably foolishly thought it wouldn't take quite as long as kind of painting a big plane. That's a bad idea, because it does. You just have to spend longer on something really, really, really small.
Yeah, and everything's so close together, so it's much fiddlier than.
Yeah, really fiddly. But I'm glad to have done it. That's my first one for MPO. And then in other news, I've signed up for a mentorship.
Oh yes.
With a chap called Magnus, who's won many Golden Demons and runs a Discord channel called Git Good. Had a call with him, and that went really well. So we went through all of my Necromunda squad. Yeah. He's suggested there's a few bits I can do to tweak those up and re-enter them. So this weekend I'll be doing all of that. And then I've made all of the models for 3 of the models for a Death Watch kill team.
Oh, right.
Which I'll be doing to comp spec. Probably trying to get it ready as a squad for Iron Skull.
Okay.
And I've made a start on that as well. So my hobby juices are maxed.
You're gushing at the minute.
I'm gushing.
Yeah.
In there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful to live?
Yeah. And then in work, I've finished off about 40 Cabalites last week as well.
Lovely.
Did that as one batch.
Bet you're pleased to be back then for a bit.
Oh yeah, 40 Cabalites as one batch that's a slog. Yeah.
I was thinking while I was building them, I don't want to paint these.
Yeah.
Like these models, they don't look an enjoyable paint to me.
They were fine to paint, and like if you painted a squad of 10, you'd have a nice time.
Oh, okay.
But it was 2 squads of 10, and then all the crew for various vehicles all together. So I think there was 38 or 40 of them all at the same time.
He did you a favour of wanting helmets, didn't he?
Yeah, only 3 of them had bare heads.
People will lose their helmets, won't they?
They will. A few of them will, yeah. There's got to be 1 or 2 people who are forgetful.
Yeah,
if you got
exactly.
40 of them.
I definitely leave
Yeah,
my
you wouldn't have a helmet.
No.
You'd be there in just a loincloth.
Yeah.
And a knife.
Yeah, that's enough. We just run at the enemy like shock and awe, innit?
Yeah. You'd be one of the witches with gladiatorial weapon.
Yeah.
I've got them to do, but I've started the mandrakes as well today. They're nice. Yeah, a little batch of 10.
Okay.
Which feels like light work after 40.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so they're going quite quickly actually, because they're not overly fussy models either. So yeah, they're going down quite quickly. But yeah, that's been me hobby-wise. It's been a pretty good couple of weeks.
I know what my next hobby is going to be.
Yeah.
Tiny little epic people.
Yeah, we bought the Legions Imperialis starter box and split that between us. So now we are epic players as well. So this is going to morph into an epic podcast fairly quickly, because it's a deep rabbit hole. I mean, the little titans especially,
yes,
they're just so appealing. Like, I put together the Warhound and thought, this is lovely. It's like a miniature.
Yes,
like
exactly
miniatureception.
Yeah,
which just kind of multiplies the.
It's coolness squared.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So my head's just gone off into 8mm Necromunda, and the idea of, when I was younger, I used to have this Micro Machines thing, what looked like a gasoline metal, I don't know what the name of them are, the metal boxes that hold gasoline.
Yeah, like a jerry can. Yeah.
Looked like one of them, but when you put it down and opened it up, it was actually like a Micro Machines racetrack with all bits in it. Right, so imagine we've just got something we can just carry around like that, open it up, and it's actually a hive.
Portable underhive.
And it's like little 8mm Necromunda.
Oh, we spoke a few episodes ago about the large scale Necromunda that they put the rules out for. Do it in 8mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that proper needs looking into, because there's loads of historical games in.
Yeah.
So I bet we could get like people that could pass for all of like the prophet, the pilgrims.
Yeah, 100%.
And probably the nomads as well.
Because you could have that game on one table and then zoom in and play 28mm Necromunda as like focal points based on the outcome of what's going on in the 8mm game. Oh. And we spoke about, we were going to do a few days, we'll each book some time off.
Yes.
And we're going to make an epic board for Legions, so we'll play a big game. But because I can quickly see this getting out of hand. Because you can get a big army ready quite quickly.
Yeah.
So we could have a big game probably in the summer at this rate.
Yeah, I should think
Late summer.
Now my head's saying vertical epic board.
Vertical epic board.
Yeah, but there we are.
Yeah. All these ideas. Yeah, lots of pictures will eventually be shared here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got plans, grand designs on epic.
Talking of pictures, last episode, you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong, it mightn't have been last episode, but we told you as viewers to send us in photos of your hobby space.
Have we had one?
We've had loads.
Okay.
We've had loads. Really, the reason we're filming now after 2 weeks is because it's taken me that long just to delete all them messages. A lot of it just wasn't up to scratch. I didn't think the viewers wanted to see that, and it's my job to filter these things. So I did.
Yeah.
So, but we have got this picture.
Let's have a little look then.
And it's up there now, and for us.
Oh, okay. This is nice and neat.
It is nice and neat. I'll see if it takes you as instantly you've zoomed in.
What is that? Why is there like a frame around what it looks to be either a sprue scraper or a hobby knife?
I see. See, from a distance, I thought that was a hobby saw, and I thought it looks all nice and gentle down here and everything. But what we're actually looking at is the lair of a torturer, and he's got his tools of torture hanging up here, brazen with it.
Those crimping scissors.
Yeah, they're nipple twisters.
That's
Nothing's good done with them scissors.
There's just a spoon.
I just saw the spoon. I just saw the spoon. Now, I don't want to cast aspersions too wide, but who would just have a spoon handy? Who indeed?
I like that they've put our logo on the iPod.
Yeah.
iPad, showed my age there.
We will have to talk about proper payment for that, because that is our
Yeah,
image.
that is an endorsement.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's layers to this picture, because at first glance you think that's a well-organised, right-minded hobbyist.
Yeah.
But there's certain signs of depravity within this picture. So whoever you are, you're sick. Because that spoon alone, questions need to be asked. And then the nipple twister.
Yeah. Are the two linked?
How many pairs of pliers have we got going on as well?
It depends how many
1,
nipples are
2,
in the
3,
room.
4. And we've got multiple pairs of scissors. The unexplained frame around what looks to be a hobby knife.
To be fair, we haven't given them a chance to explain the frame though.
I don't think we need to give them a chance. I know this person, I'm very sorry guys. But I will rate this hobby space 8 out of 10
Okay.
as a usable hobby space.
Yeah.
But a 3 out of 10 for clarity, because I have so many questions.
Yeah.
And I don't know
You just keep coming back to the spoon,
is.
don't
Yeah,
you?
the spoon.
Yeah.
What's the spoon for, Gaz? You've got to tell us.
Are you using it right now?
Yeah. You also have a lot of water pots. I can see 4 different jam jars. So I know you're not an octopus. So why do you need so many water pots?
Maybe he splits his paints up by colour groups. He's got one for metallics, one for reds, one for blues.
That is
One for
what all the
greens.
pros do, I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or one of them is like the paint water that you drink.
that's true.
Yeah. You got to have a drinking paint pot.
Really inconveniently
Yeah.
and for no reason. One of them's just full of hydrochloric acid. It's a nightmare when you get it wrong. But
An element of danger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that you're painting Trench Crusade models as well. Strong use of IKEA furnishings. Got to rate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything I've got to say there. I mean, the one thing I would say is get a bigger wet palette. I'd say that to anybody though, because I use
I've just
a
branched out this.
gigantic wet
No,
palette.
I've branched out this week to one of the 4
Yeah.
litre lids.
Yeah,
And I feel like I've won the lottery.
It's
and
so
I've moved
nice.
from a flat to a mansion.
yeah. Just mix across a
Yeah.
vast area. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing.
No, actually, I'm going to squeeze this one in all the way up here
Yeah.
for no
I'm gonna have a
reason.
stretch when I go for the red. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for sending that in, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is a very nice hobby space.
And all of our piss taking aside, it is a genuinely nice hobby desk.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I have submitted it to my colleagues at the prison because them tools are torture up on the wall.
Yeah.
Worrying.
At least you'll
worrying.
get to see Joe though. Because I'm aware that
Did we speak about Age of Sigmar?
No, we didn't speak about Age of
Well,
Sigmar.
then we have got a bit more. But
Yeah.
regardless of what you're
Because
aware
you
of.
said on
Yeah.
the last episode, we're not doing Age of Sigmar, I don't like it,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah.
And then Games Workshop were listening apparently.
Yeah.
Because you've told me that there's rumours floating around that it might be getting canned.
Yeah, and I was supplied this information by an informant, and I feel like I'm being made fun out of it now because I've only ever known this person by like a pet name,
Yeah.
and I thought kumquats and I were tight.
Okay.
But I said, what do you want to be called when I say this informant? What do you want to... And he says, Mr. Wankuna.
Oh, that's, yeah. He just wanted you to say that out loud,
Yeah,
didn't he?
did. Well, he's a Wankuna.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Mr. Wankuna, old kumquats over here, he messaged me and said, Age of Sigmar is getting squatted. They're going to end times Age of Sigmar, and that'd be the end of that.
See, I find that hard to believe only because there was Age of Sigmar in the last reveal show.
Listen, I went on Reddit immediately and I saw one post on Reddit where the title of it somewhat agreed with my position. I decided that is enough research. I don't need any more than that.
Old World's back in town.
I've said on the previous episode, something that I am very keen on is that people do not underestimate my influence and sway. Last episode I said, Age of Sigmar, the setting's silly, the game's silly, everyone just wants Warhammer, no one likes Age of Sigmar. A few days later in real world times,
Reddit is, yeah.
That's it, it's gone. So, if there's anything you don't like,
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, message in, I'll talk about it, and unless like I really disagree with what they're saying, so if they're like, let's get rid of Twixes or something like that.
Only get rid of the left Twix, if you can get rid of Twixes.
I don't know if we...
The right one's always tastier.
Yeah, but what if... Think of the mistakes that might be made with people like load the Twixes in the wrong way around.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're getting rid of right Twixes.
Imagine the factory workers' wage will have to go up because the responsibility.
Yeah. So, I don't know how we got there.
I don't know. We ended up on Twixes.
Anyway, yeah, I can make or break games.
Yeah.
And I do think it's funny that they did Warhammer. They did Warhammer, and they were like, no, this is doing a bit shit now. Let's bin it off and do Age of Sigmar so we can give everything a ridiculous name and copyright everything. They did that for a bit, but I don't think it ever really... I know it wasn't unpopular, but I don't think it ever really took off like they wanted it to.
It wasn't ever Old World, was it?
No, and then they brought Old World back, and I think they've seen such a switch from Sigmar to Old World. They were like, oh yeah, no, that was a bad move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's just do Old World again.
Well, let's see what the future holds then, because I still think that you and Kumquat are probably wrong, but then I was wrong about the launch box last episode.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
by next episode, Age of Sigmar's gone.
Yeah.
Old World is now the main game again.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense from a marketing point of view as well. Both Warhammer, Warhammer 40,000. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you're going to do it, just do it really quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Age of Sigmar's gone.
Do you think all them people? Do you remember when Warhammer died and Sigmar came in, and you got all them people pissing and whining about having to rebase their miniatures, right? And then there was like another side of the community that was just telling everyone, suck it up, just rebase your miniatures, it'll be fine, right? Do you think them people the last time you were saying it'll be fine, now when they're having to rebase 600 infantrymen again, do you think they're like, no, this isn't fine no more. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, sticking them back on the old square bases once more.
I'd get one of them adapter sets.
Yeah,
I wouldn't, but I would, or tell my opponent to cope. Yeah,
just cope.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Mortal community did, didn't they? They're like, it doesn't really matter what the base looks like. It's still the same game.
Exactly. Yeah. So that I thought that was.
Interesting, but I still think you're wrong.
However, what's come out for Sigmar?
They definitely had some reveals. They showed off some wizards.
Right.
There was some wizards. There was all the Cities of Sigmar stuff. There was the Cog Fort. There was the ogres carrying the shield doors. Right, yeah. There was loads.
I think it's Walking Dead. I think they'll do a big campaign similar to End Times. I don't think it's not a cult yet, but I stand by it.
It's declining.
Why would Kumquats tell me?
Exactly. Yeah. We'll also have Kumquats on as a guest.
That I'd really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think.
Kumquats get down to Litchfield.
Yeah.
However, we do have one thing we need to say.
Oh, do we?
So after our last interview with the Secret Space Marine, he wasn't happy that we started talking about who he might be.
No.
And I made a comment that it might be Stephen Box, all that kind of stuff. We said he was clearly a handsome man, blah, blah, blah. He was disgusted with us. So he's insisted that in our next interview, he has additional protection.
Yeah.
And his disguise will be beefed up as a result.
Yes.
Although the voice did sound a lot like Tom Davies, the comedian.
Yeah.
So
he's quite busy. He's kicking a lot of them.
He's a busy fella.
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
Yeah, he's got one out called Spud Gun. So I saw him live, and he was incredibly funny on his last.
Well, his show is called Spud Gun. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so maybe it is him. Maybe he's in between.
Yeah.
Gigs. He's the Secret Space Marine, but yeah, the next time you see the Secret Space Marine, he probably will look a little different, just to warn you.
What I don't want people to do is for people to draw parallels between the arrival of the secret Space Marine and the absence of Rob.
Again, Rob could be Dibble, he could be the secret Space Marine.
Because I feel like it'd be a cheap move from the channel to try and trick you into believing that we had an insider from Games Workshop, when really it was one of us.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Yeah, and I don't want people thinking that.
That would be a deception max of the highest order.
Exactly so. But as we said earlier, it can't be Rob, he's in Benidorm.
Yeah, or the Strait of Hormuz.
Exactly so. Well,
International Man of Mystery Rob is somewhere else.
Yeah, he is, exactly so.
Anyway, should we cut to our interview with the secret Space Marine with his extra disguise?
Yeah.
Okay, see you after this.
I instantly have become reminded of how madly infuriating I find speaking in. This is why I'm never gonna rob a post office. Right. Right now, I'm not happy about last time. I'm sure people could tell who I was. I want extra protection. You've gone the extra mile with the disguise. This has helped. But I want the music playing at the same time.
Very sorry, Stephen.
Well, put my song on.
Oh,
Hang on a minute. Do I look fucking stupid to you?
no, sir, no.
That is a samba rhythm. I distinctly remember saying I wanted a bossa nova rhythm. Get my bossa nova on now. Right. Okay, that's better. I'll start now. I'm happier. It shouldn't have to be like this. I'm doing them a favour. No one watches this shit. Anyway, right, so when James returned to Games Workshop headquarters, there was quite a hullabaloo. Everyone lost their heads a little bit when they seen what he'd done in registering the company under the wrong name, under Games Workshop, not Majors Workshop. Everyone was a bit put out about it. I've kind of forgotten his name now. I've worked for him for years, and I cannot for the life of me remember his name. Ian Livingston, Sir Ian Livingston. That's even more powerful in the hat, isn't it?
It is, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. He completely lost his head, shat himself entirely, started fanning at his face, but his hands, his fingers were still made of Arctic rolls. He got crumbs everywhere, and that didn't help matters. Didn't help matters at all. So they thought about what are we gonna do. We set it up as Games Workshop. We wanted Majors Workshop. We're not gamers. What should we do instead? So Sir Ian Livingston, Steve Jackson, who is not to be confused with Steve Jackson, and the other wizards and warlocks gathered, and they talked about how they're going to get out of this situation. And it was decided that they needed to seek help from more experienced wizards, so they went and spoke to the Council of Elders. That was their full name, but like in normal conversation, they were simply referred to as the Old Ones. Now, I shouldn't do this, but I've already told you loads of secrets, so like, what's a few more? The Council of Elders was made up of well-known wizards and magicians from everyday life. So you've got Penn and Teller, Siegfried and Roy, Paul Daniels, and Siegfried and Roy's Tigers. You got to think this is before all that nastiness where they ate one of them, all the rest. So everyone's getting on. So yeah, Penn and Teller, Siegfried and Roy, Paul Daniels, and 2 Tigers Tigers didn't really make many decisions, but when the council made a decision, other people were more likely to support it because of the two big fuck-off tigers. So, I'm just going to refer to our wizards now as the Games Workshop staff, because that's what they are. It's going to be easier for everyone. So, all the Games Workshop staff stood in front of the Council of Elders and they explained the situation that they found themselves in. Paul Daniels says, "You don't like this, not one bit." And I think you can see two things there. That's the start of his catchphrase that he's famed and loved for, but at that point it did need work. But he was right. They didn't like it, not one bit. So, we all know what happened next, because we know the history of Games Workshop, but at the time it was very surprising. The council advised the Games Workshop staff they should lean into their newfound calling of games developers. Fantasy books like The Lord of the Rings, Moorcock's Eternal Champion Multiverse, the seminal Elk in a Cocktail Dress series. That is a good one. All of these were very popular bits of literature, and things like Dungeons and Dragons and all of that were picking up speed in America. So the council decided maybe having a company that makes the general population a bit more aware of the magical world by presenting it as games and make-believe and everything. But really, we can use it as a vehicle to get our message across and get people happier with the concept of magical stuff. So like, if their fingers turn into Arctic rolls, they won't panic as much. They'll just go, "Oh, it's that magic again, isn't it?" So, the old ones, they said to the council elders, they said, "Go there, create magical worlds, have magical games, everyone will be cool with magic." Now, I'm not claiming that Games Workshop are responsible for this entirely on their own, but I think since the company's formation, there has been a shift in like the general population's acceptance of magical stuff. Like, take Dungeons and Dragons for example. In the 80s, there was the big Dungeons and Dragons players are all devil worshippers. They'll steal your babies and clothe them in corduroy, that kind of thing. And now, well, this year, we had the last series of Stranger Things, and I think that adds as many as 102 viewers, and it's a very popular show. And I think that show, and that's all based on D&D really, I mean loosely and badly, but it is. So I think that shows how public perception's changed, and like the work of Games Workshop and their staff, it does need recognising. I think they did have something to do with it. So, I'm not going to go through the entire history of Games Workshop chronologically from this point on, because that would take too long. It'd take ages. There'd be loads of different things to talk about, and like a series of Horus Heresy books, a lot of it would be repetitive filler. But what I hope to do now is show you a few ways that the company managed to use like an ostensibly normal gaming company as a vehicle to put their magic out into the world. Like, let's take the staff names, right? You look at the staff names, you think that's what they're really called. It's not true. It's not true at all. When Games Workshop staff sign up, the company gives them a new name. And this is because any of you are familiar with magic, you will know the strength and the power you have over someone if you know their true name. So the Games Workshop were like, well, we can't have people having power over our staff, except us. So, when someone starts, Games Workshop gives them a new name. Thomas Pirinin, right? No one believes that's a real name. It's ridiculous. He just had the misfortune of his first day of work also happening, coincidentally, to be on a day full of consonant heavy spells. They used up all the consonants, they only had loads of vowels left, so they just whacked them all in his name. I feel ever so sorry for him, because it doesn't flow naturally, and if his name was to be played in Scrabble, it's very low scoring, even on a triple word score. So that's one way that Games Workshop have put their esoteric touch on things. They've renamed all of their writers, and these names have deep spiritual and mystical power. So just be careful next time you're at a games day or something and you're chanting the name of your favourite Jervis. Just think about what you're doing. You could be summoning a demon. Who can say? And a lot of the time, these people aren't, they're not deserving of our respect. And their names in the first place aren't deserving of being chanted. Like, you've got Thomas Pirinin, for example, his actual name was Neil Haversack. That's a ridiculous. I think that sounds more ridiculous than the clearly made up Thomas Pirinin name. So I won't say any more on that. Another thing that Games Workshop did to try and get their magical message across was to create a mythology and gaming system that could be used to facilitate the magical ceremonies of their order. The Games Workshop staff decided to honour the old ones by not only by making them protagonists in their two main gaming systems. You've got old ones in Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000. They didn't just do that, they also modelled a lot of the original design of the models after them. Not a lot of people know this, but Ogryns were inspired by Pendulette. Every Primaris Lieutenant that you've got has actually got a model of that they do first. They make a model of Paul Daniels and then sculpt on the Primaris armour on top of him. And you think, why would they do that? That seems like a lot of effort, especially if these are going to be unseen Paul Daniels. Well, what actually happens is every kill you make with your Primaris Lieutenant, you're actually lending like life mana power to Paul Daniels. And really, I think if we were all to reflect on that, that's not anything any of us want. So just think on. Another way that they've modelled, like designed people after the Council of Elders was Debbie McGee. Now,
I was wondering when she was going to show up.
yeah, exactly so, because you know if Paul's there, Debbie's there.
Yeah, it's like a bad smell.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked, like you see it on all of the Warhammer 40,000 phone-ins on ITV, that kind of thing. Why have the Sisters of Silence all got the same haircut?
It's a fair question.
It is a fair question. Like some people are just born with curly hair. Do they have to straighten their hair every day to be like everyone else? Doesn't seem very inclusive. Well, the reason why all the Sisters of Silence have got that haircut is because at that time when they were designing them, Sisters of Battle, not Sisters of Silence. We got so many different lines, I get confused
So many
between them.
sisters.
Yeah. The time they were one of the sisters anyway, were being developed, Paul Daniels insisted, no, you've got to get my Debbie in there, and it just so happened Debbie McGee had like a severe bob at the time. And then to honour her, and again in the same way that Paul Daniels is like harvesting life force, in the same way that Paul Daniels is harvesting life force from his Primaris lieutenants, Debbie McGee's getting it from the Sisters of Battle, maybe the Sisters of Silence as well, because perhaps she's confused like I am.
All Games Workshop employees find the sisters confusing.
It's not for me to say. I've signed the non-disclosure thingies. I'm not going to be talking about any kind of sister fiddling. And you said that you wouldn't.
No, I just meant they find the Sisters of Battle and the Sisters of Silence confusing.
Oh right, okay, fair enough
Yeah,
then.
if anything else was implied, that's on the viewership.
I see. Yeah, no, do better. Okay, so over the years, the company went from strength to strength. They did these huge worldwide spells, which they disguised as global gaming events, like the Armageddon campaign or the Dark Shadows campaign, which is the one on Albion, the Warhammer one.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. We just thought we were playing a game. No, there was actual good versus evil fights being played out then across the world, Games Workshop orchestrating them. And it's greatly increased their power. They were able to harvest all the psychic energy of everyone involved. I don't know about you, but I did notice at the time I feel drained of psychic energy. Now I know why.
I've had a headache since 2001.
Well, perhaps we can put a claim in. Yeah. But doing these large worldwide spells, that made it too obvious to the other powers that be in the world what they were doing. So they needed to find ways that they could do their spells without it becoming like dead bait, basically. So one clever way they found to get rid of it, one clever way they found to get around it was an intricate sign language. So they packaged this as the sign language that the Sisters of Silence or the Sisters of Battle, one of them, they speak. Probably the Sisters of Silence, because the other ones can speak, and it'll be the Silent Sisters who are most in need of
They'll need to use their hands.
Yeah. When they were designing these two factions, I was ignored at the time. I said the names are too similar. And they said, shut up. And I didn't like it. I had the rest of the day off. Anyway, so they've got the Sisters of Silence doing this intricate sign language like that.
We'll put the subtitles up.
Yeah, and that's because they wanted the Sisters of Silence to do it. So when their games developers are caught doing it at each other, when they're caught doing it at each other like that, someone can say, are you doing a secret language? And just say, no, we're being geeks, isn't it? Cosplaying Sisters of Silence. And it's just it's a good cover story for it. I think it's ingenious. Really, you don't get to be like a multi-million-pound company without a bit of ingenuity. And they're showing it there. So, they've got this sign language. How can they start using it to get the message across? Well, they actually started in the year 2021. Now, I don't know if everyone will be aware of this. Perhaps you weren't in the hobby at the time, or you weren't bothered by this kind of thing. But that was the start of Games Workshop's Only Hands era. So
I did wonder what that was about.
So it was after Peachy and Louise Sugden left.
I suppose that's not their real names we now know.
No, I don't think Peachy's even a fruit.
We can't comment on that kind of thing on here, surely.
No, it's up to him, isn't it? And like, either way.
What lifestyle he chooses.
Yeah. So, Games Workshop lost them and Duncan Rhodes. Like, they all split. And Games Workshop started panicking. Like, shit, we're making monsters here. How can we stop this from happening? And that they realised this was a very good time to get their secret sign language out. This is the vehicle for that. It's perfect. Because what it will look like is that the company's just having a knee-jerk reaction, that it's read the social media landscape very poorly, that it doesn't care that doing something like this will be poorly received by the fans. That's what it's going to look like to everyone. But in entering the Only Hands era, Games Workshop really just getting their secret esoteric sign language out there. And they did this, but because they were only filming the hands, if the person presenting the video was holding their hands in just such and such a fashion while they were painting, they were actually sending messages to the other wizards around the world who had the knowledge of how to decipher their hands. I think it's testament again to the ingenuity of the company. I'd never been able to think up something like that. It sounds ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think the courage of the company as well, because such an unwarranted knee-jerk reaction is going to make them look really stupid and out of touch. But the truth they were protecting was too important for them to reveal. So, let's have a look at a few of the videos now. Look at this still from the video. I think this one's from 2001. Send in a postcard if I'm wrong. I freeze the frame at this specific point for a reason. It looks like the host is simply holding a model in one hand and a paintbrush in the other. You can see both hands there now on your screen. They're not just simply holding it, that's not the case. Note how the fingers are bent. I will draw lines on the screen so you can see what I mean. To those in the know, who know the secret of sign language, what the position of the hands actually conveys is the message: ragwort supplies are running low. Blend what ragwort you have and mix it with green tea to make the supplies last longer. Susan will put another order in next week. So, as you can see, it's quite a complex system because that's a lot of words to get across in relatively few fingers, and to be able to do that, that's astounding. And it shows the commitment of Games Workshop to their community, because
We've always said they're a very community-driven.
well, no, this is why they fleece us and charge us £30 for one 28mm plastic man. It's because
Where's the Paul Daniels inside?
they're making their ragwort last longer for the magical customers. Someone's got to cover these losses, and it's us.
Yeah.
It's us, the gamers.
Subsidising those wizards.
Yeah. So now another one. Now, what this one is saying, the angle of the wrists and the fingers, it clearly says the following in their secret language: make sure you wash your hands after every sacrifice. Cross-contamination cannot and will not be tolerated. Do not lick your fingers under any circumstances. Which I think bears, it's been years since I've been to one, but it bears a startling resemblance to what you're told at a harvest ceremony at church, isn't it? Yeah. You know when you go and you put your cans on for the food bank or what have you, put your tins of food down, then you sit down, and you talk about Jesus for a bit, and then they say, wash your hands after every sacrifice.
If only they told their customers to wash their hands too, that would be nice.
And would have been. So, that's interesting on that second one. And now, just one more, I'll do one more now. This one is quite contentious because the angle that the index finger is bent at is ambiguous. If I can work out how to, I'll zoom in on the index finger. Well, no, because what if there are index finger perverts out there getting off on that type of thing? You look, if you are, look away now, and then we'll zoom in. Okay, you can look back now. So, if you go on any of the magic forums talking about what this actually means, you see two explanations. The first explanation is that the fingers being in just such an angle and the hands being just so, it's actually Games Workshop instructing people that the next spell will require the spit of a newt, which is quite difficult to get hold of. Others think that the sign language is instructing people to actually spit on a newt. So you can see there's a bit of difference, and it's quite an important difference for your spell. And I think because of the clandestine nature in which Games Workshop is having to put these messages out, they're never going to come out and clarify it. This will never be in an FAQ. So, before agreeing to do these interviews, which I'm regretting now,
We gave you such a debonair hat.
that's very true. I decided I was going to make a book about all of this because, like, I want to get paid basically, and I knew that people, what they wouldn't want is ambiguity. No one's going to buy a book with me saying, oh, it might be that, it might mean this, it might mean that. I wouldn't buy that book. I'd get it wet on purpose so all the pages stuck together. So, I thought, what I need is facts. So I reached out to Japes McDangle, who was, for a brief period of time, she was employed as a magical advisor to Paul Sawyer of Fat Bloke fame, you know, the editor of White Dwarf. And the reason he needed a magical advisor is he didn't have any magical ability whatsoever. In fact, it was so bad, if he was too close to you when you was doing your magic, it'd always go wrong. He had no magical ability, but he was working with a lot of magical people. He needed a go-between, and that's where Japes McDangle came in. So I said to Japes, thank you, what does it mean then? And she clarified, it's a bit of both, actually. What you really need to do is put the newt in your mouth and then spit it out. So,
it's not like Games Workshop to be ambiguous on these kind of things.
No. Now, just an aside about Paul Sawyer.
Yeah.
He was. You might be thinking, why would a magical company in the business of magic employ someone with no magical ability? It doesn't make any sense at all, does it? You won't do it. It's a bad business model. Wrong. I'll tell you why Paul Sawyer was employed, and it was to give the readers of White Dwarf a figure that they could relate to. Paul, as I said, Paul Sawyer, self-professed fat bloke, right? Games Workshop said, we've got loads of them in our shops. We need someone for them to, because up till now, all they've had is like that hunk Warwick King raid and the somewhat feral but alluring and chambers. And these are unrealistic beauty standards for our customers to live up to. So what they did is they tried to get Paul Sawyer in to make the fans have someone, as I say, to relate to, feel a bit better about themselves. But, I mean, he grew on everyone's immediately, didn't he?
He was a real fan favourite.
Yeah, he really was. So that clearly worked. So that was it really for this one, I think. I think I've shown a number of...
Absolutely fascinating. I can't believe the intricacies and the depth of Games Workshop's kind of magical diffusion throughout all of the things they put out during that time period.
Exactly.
And I'll be chopping up my lieutenants from now on to try and find Paul Daniels inside.
Got to release them.
Yeah.
Let him live. Let mini Paul Daniels live a life of freedom. I haven't really told you the half of it as well, because if there is a second book in this, I don't want to like splurge it all in one go, if you know what I mean.
What a fascinating trip down history lane that was there.
Yeah.
And just to know, he asked for the hat, because it'd be a bit much for us to have asked him to wear the hat.
I think you're being quite polite. He didn't ask for the hat at all, did he? He was very insistent.
More of a demand.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's letting it go to his head, I think, quite a bit.
Yeah, all 107 views he got on his last one, I think is... Although that is the same viewership as Stranger Things, so...
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing very well for himself. And I'm sure this is promoting his book, now. If you've got any questions for the Secret Space Marine, please do write in. We'd love to hear them. But we did our Mortal Kombat last time for 40k, and we promised we'd do one for Necromunda.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, we're in now. You can't stop us.
Yeah, this is it. This train is rolling now, and there's too much momentum behind this show to possibly stop.
Exactly. So it's a juggernaut.
Yeah, we can't even get the other presenter to show up.
No.
Right.
We can.
So let's crack on then with Mortal Kombat Part 2.
Yeah.
Necromunda Edition.
Yeah.
Would you like to be player 1 or player 2?
You can be player 1.
Okay.
Now, to make this more interesting, I've just included the name of 16 base level gangers that I made up this afternoon. I've got no backstory and you won't relate to it, or won't make any sense.
Yeah. So Nigel Pikehurst is in here.
Yeah, but don't tell them the favourite.
David Levy.
David, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, after you, good sir.
Thank you.
So, player 1.
Mick Gravel. Mad Donny Alante.
Player 2, Scrutinator Primus Surveillance.
Ooh, okay.
Now that is interesting because in Soulless Fury, which is a Necromunda novel, or novelette, or whatever the right word is.
Feminine novel.
Novelissimo. They have a bit of a scrape, then team up together for a bit, then have a bit of a scrape again.
Am I right in thinking that Mad Donna once pulled her own eyes out as well?
Yeah, she gouged out she was at a bar and a man said, "Oh, you got pretty eyes." So she went, "Oh right, yeah," popped one of her eyes out.
I don't think you can discount someone in a one-on-one fight who will on a whim pop their own eyeball.
She used to be a posh hive girl, spire girl, and a marriage was arranged for her.
Girl.
Exactly so. The marriage was arranged for her, and at the wedding meal of her wedding, she gouged out her groom's eyes with foot.
Wow.
So she's not keen on eyes.
You keep her away from your eyes.
Yeah.
Wear goggles if you're going to fight Mad Donna.
Exactly so.
Proper PPE needed for this one.
In this Soulless Fury noveletissimo, there's a grudging respect between the two of them, and they're quite closely matched.
Does the Scrutinator have a dog as well?
Yeah, Scrutinator's got a metal Fido.
Are we including Fido in this?
I think because we put...
There's a 2v1 really.
Well, no, because Mad Donna's got dog, which is an Ogrin.
Oh, okay. So it's an Ogrin and Mad Donna versus an Ogrin called Dog versus a dog not called Dog.
No.
And the Scrutinator. Yeah.
Dog's called Ogrin. No, it's not. I think it's K something because it's a dog and it's a robot. Yeah. And they're fairly well matched. Scrutinator, Primus Surveillance, or however you say that. It's one of the things I don't like about Games Workshop. Just call her Steph, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why has it got to be a tricky name?
We got Donna, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but that's only so they could do. It came from a different time, a Madonna pun. That's the only. She's a blank as well, this Surveillance.
Okay.
I'm not saying she's psychic.
Mad Donna's not psychic, but I feel like Ogrin and Woman will pop her own eye. Although Mad Donna she's not particularly tooled up, is she? She's got what?
Plasma pistol, chainsword.
Yeah, that's not too bad of it.
No.
And what's Dog got?
No, I think he's just him.
Is he okay? So he's probably. I would say a metal hound would probably beat an unarmed Ogrin.
Okay.
Yeah, so that takes them out of the equation.
I think. Like he fought off a Sump Beast or some crap.
All right. Okay.
But you know my memory.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Scrutinator, I think. She just feels slightly better armoured. Blank makes everyone feel unwell. I don't know about you, but if I'm feeling a bit dicky, I don't really fancy a punch up.
No. Yeah, I'm happy to go with
okay.
that.
So sorry, Mad Donna. You got cool hair. But Scrutinator goes through.
I don't like how there's Belladonna now.
Yeah.
How they've done, like she's an echo of Mad Donna, just a weaker, worse version
Yeah,
of a
we'll
worse
have
model.
Madonna back.
Yeah, exactly so. Well, you
Yeah.
floor her and keep the winners up here.
Bosh. Okay. You went player 1 there.
Oh, no, well. After you.
Kyria the Huntress.
And I've got Asungar, the Lady of Ash.
Okay, so she's the one who is like one of
Spoilers.
yeah, big spoilers. She's one of the Helmore children,
Yeah.
isn't she? But Kyria the Huntress is a death maiden.
Yeah.
So she's so hard she died and came back.
Yeah. But she didn't like come back through. She's done nothing. She was just drugged
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And they brought her back through drugs.
But you've
I mean, it's happened to all of
she's-
us.
Yeah. She's like incredibly balletic, pretty stealthy, speed and deadly poisons. But this is a lady who lives in the desert with a big bird. Oh,
But-
she's got psychic powers. I
Yeah,
remember.
she can speak to animals. She can control the weather. She's got a big long shock stave.
Yeah.
She could bop her on the head before.
I feel like the bird's going to be a bit of a factor in this as well.
Yeah. And I don't like the setup of that lady's name. It makes her sound like a shit UFC fighter.
Kyria the Huntress Kaitora.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like she's fighting in a like off-brand UFC in Wigan on a Saturday night.
NFC
Yeah, exactly.
champion
Yeah.
Kyria the Huntress.
And I think she needs to lose just on the basis
Right.
of that.
Shit
And
name.
the Helmorishness of this
Yeah.
lady is going to be sufficient plot armor for a while.
Fair. Yeah, okay. By plot armor then. Ashengar.
After you.
Ooh. Gorshiv Hammerfist.
And I've got that Van Sarfella Freakstorm Strix.
So there isn't a model of Freakstorm.
No,
Strix.
he is a Van Sar who wears like a rig with a jump pack built into it, and he's one of the only Van Sars that likes doing his killing up close.
Okay.
See, I've already
Ooh.
decided in my head.
I think that's a bad idea though against a man called
No, exactly.
Gorshiv Hammerfist.
Exactly.
He's got 3 weapons in his name,
Yeah,
and the other part of his name is Gore.
yeah,
So I feel like he's making a mess of a skinny cancer patient, even if he has got.
definitely so. Even
Yeah.
if he thinks he's tasty and he fancies
Yeah.
a fight, I don't care. It's Gorshiv Hammerfist.
He's getting one-shotted by Gorshiv
Yeah,
Hammerfist.
off you
Yeah, Gorshiv, you win. Nice one. Nice to have a Goliath there as
go.
well.
Yeah,
I feel like in a gladiatorial event, you got to back a Goliath.
yeah, it's definitely so.
Slate Medina.
And I've got Caleb Cursebound.
So
See, I've got a theory about Slate Medina, and I think,
Slate's the one who's so tough, got ran over and just popped back up. And carried
yeah,
on.
and he's been shot through the chest and
Yeah.
stabbed in the back, and he's been fine.
Yeah.
He's got 12 daughters, so I think.
He's a virile man. if
Well,
nothing
no,
else.
this is how he wins. I
Yeah.
think you swing at him.
Yeah.
You think he's just dodged your punch, but really he's ran around the back of you. One thrust, and then you're pregnant as well.
That's-
And
yeah.
even Caleb Cursebound, I
Yeah.
think he's so virile.
Didn't Caleb describe himself as the 9th hardest man?
He's the 9th hardest man, and
Yeah.
I think if you're entering a competition with 16 other people, 15 other people, and like self-ranking yourself as the 9th, so not even in the top half,
Yeah.
like you deserve to lose for
Doesn't
that.
he have a buddy though? Who is
He's
quite
got-
tasty?
He's got the rat skin lady called
Yeah.
Iktomi, who does all of the vast majority of his thinking and the vast majority of his fighting. Caleb's just the mouth of the operation.
Nah, he's talked himself into a fight he can't win here. I
Yeah.
think Slate's got to win this
Yeah,
one.
100%.
Sorry, Caleb. You're a bit like the Kriegsman with a shovel.
Yeah, sort
this
of.
round.
I don't know
Yeah.
because like in the stories, because I like the stories
Yeah.
he's in. I like.
It was a good story vehicle, but I think anyone we've had, if they'd come up against Caleb, he would have lost so far. Yeah. Player 1 is Yagaloth, who is the Delac Spymaster, I believe.
Yes. I am Brakar the Avenger.
Oh, he's old.
Yeah, he's old Necromunda. He's the rat skin with the chonky, heavy stubber. that was huge. That heavy stubber.
You've got the model, haven't you?
Yeah, got the model.
Bosh.
That's not my version. He's half painted. He's called He Who Reigns Death by the rat skins that he protects, and he's called Brackar because that's the rat skin god of war. And
so you got Ratskin, God of War, Reigns Death versus Sneaky Man, but he is psychic, isn't he, Yagaloth?
yeah,
I find it hard to bet against a man who is psychic, and he's probably at least 4 steps ahead of a Ratskin.
and he's got the shiver sword.
Yeah.
I think on balance it's more likely that the Delac gets to him and stabs him before he shoots the Delac.
I think he gets to him and stabs him before he even knows he's in a fight.
No, I don't, because the rat skins are like, in the old lore, the rat skins are like the inside nomads. Like they can tell, but by a change in air pressure or how the floor's shaking or whatever, the circumstances that have changed. I think.
Do you think that's enough though against?
No, I think he will. I think he will lose. I think Brackar loses.
Yeah.
But I think he knows he's losing.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he goes down, but it's not a surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Yagaloth is through. Oh, Clovis the Redeemer.
Cal Jericho. So what a wonderful thematic. We've got books to say how this will go.
Exactly. I mean, Clovis is a nutcase, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's wading through fire and flame, but being incredibly incendiary, and his preaching is along the way.
Yeah, he's good fun.
He's a good fun character.
Yeah.
I mean, like the most Cawdor possible.
Yeah.
He's like Cawdor turned up to 11.
He is, yeah. There's a lot to like about him. And he's another good like vehicle for story, isn't he?
And he's got a chain sword that also shoots fire. Yeah. Called like Sin Eater or something.
Sin Eater, mate.
Sin Eater.
Simon Cowell.
Yeah. Yeah, as a side gig judging Popeye.
Just him holding her.
Spitting fire.
And
versus Cal.
Yeah, Cal Jericho.
Yeah. I think, does Cal lose to Sin Eater or not? I mean, we talked about plot armor for Ashengar.
I say no.
It's Captain Plot Armor, isn't he?
Yeah, and I'm sure. Doesn't Clovis die in one of the books? I'm sure he dies in the.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I think the book's been out for over 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure he dies in the Cardinal Crimson.
Yeah.
But
we'll have to check that. We'll get Dibble to do us a fact check. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think Cal has to win based on. It's going to take more than.
Well, he's got Yolanda and Scabs.
Yes. So I think between them, they'll.
Plot armor, lovely hair, nice coat.
Yeah.
He's laughing.
He is. Yeah. Sorry, Clovis. I do love the Cawdor, but you and Sunita are not enough. Gore Harthorn.
The Fold Harvest Lord.
See, Gore I think is predominantly going to be a close combat fighter.
And then we've got the King of Close Combat
That's a
fighters.
blender.
I think everyone understands why we don't need to talk about that one.
No, I think that the 8-fold Harvest Lord gets a new fur jacket out of this one. Yeah.
Definitely so.
Sorry, Gore.
See, this is because we know the subject better.
Yeah.
Raced through these in comparison to the 40k ones.
Hermiatus the second son.
Oh, and Karloff Valois.
So we've got a relatively new one in Hermiatus.
Yes, versus a very old one.
Very old one. So Hermiatus he's like a clone of himself many times over, isn't he? So
no, is he many times over? Isn't the version we've got the second
version? Okay,
and that's why he's the second son.
That makes sense. I might be conflating ideas, but you'd probably think maybe there's other clones of him out there too.
Yeah.
So even if you put him down, another one's probably coming.
Yeah.
And he is also a fairly gigantic threat in that he's controlling the kind of the gene stealery uprising, isn't he?
Yeah. But they're not there with him at that time. I think his main strengths will be psychic.
Yeah.
Well, Karloff Valois is a psyker of incredible power.
He's a necromancer, isn't he?
Yeah, he was probably the most powerful psyker in Necromunda 95.
So are we saying, does Valois have his ability to summon a horde?
I think he has his ability to drain the life essence from
Yeah.
someone and turn them into a zombie. That's how he gets these hordes. Psychically trained.
Hermiatus isn't necessarily all human, is he? He's largely other mechanical bits. Can you drain life essence out of a machine?
That's very true.
I'd say if he can summon a horde of zombies and just flood.
I think he could
Hermiatus.
probably fight him very well on his own as well. He's
Yeah.
like quite a tall fella.
Yeah, so saying by reach advantage.
Yeah, and he's got a
Valois.
massive staff. That's not an
Yeah.
innuendo.
So we've got two psychers, but probably the more powerful
Yeah.
one.
That's
Valois.
my nostalgia saying.
Okay. Winner by Joe's Nostalgia, Valois. Okay. Yeah, that was easier than the 40k. I think as well, because in general, a lot of these combatants are more or less on the same.
Yeah.
We've got more on the same level.
Alright. Round 2.
Scrutinator Primus Servalan?
Yeah.
Servalan?
Well, she's won because I've got Carla Valois again
Yeah.
of Valois, and she's a blank, so she's
Well, there we go.
she's turned
Yeah.
him off straight away.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah.
Yeah,
His massive staff has gone down.
yeah,
It's turned off.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's drooped
Yeah.
right out of the game.
Flaccid.
Yeah, exactly. So get on that floor.
Gorshiv Hammer Fist.
The Eightfold Harvest Lord. Now that's a proper fight.
So we've got close combat mashup now. So I kind of feel like Gorshiv is a bit like Gazgul was last time, where he's rock hard,
But he's not.
but he's a bit slow.
Yeah. Well, I think Gorshiv is like a very impressive and terrifying human, whereas the Eightfold Harvest Lord is like a demon.
He's chaos infused.
Yeah. I think he does him.
I don't think it would be as quick. I do think it would be slightly drawn out.
Yeah.
But I think there'd be a steady infliction of wounds by the Eightfold Harvest Lord
Yeah.
as Gorshiv kind of gets angrier and angrier, exposes
And he's got
himself.
he's got stims to
Yeah.
keep getting back up, but I think eventually.
bleeds to death eventually. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Sorry, Gorshiv. It's sad to count out the Goliath then. Yagaloth.
Jericho. I think the plot armor has failed him.
I think because Yagaloth is going to know too much, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to find a way to beat him before they even begin. And he's going to have done something so that Scabs and Yolandi aren't there,
Yeah.
and that'll be it.
Yeah. So.
And Cal on his own eventually just succumbs.
Yeah.
I don't think he would kill him, I think he would find a way to use him as well.
Okay.
I think Cal is too influential for Yagaloth to just kill off. I
Yeah, I
think
suppose.
he would use him as a pawn in his
Yeah, being
grand schemes.
Helmor's son. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
But yeah, Yagaloth wins. Slate Medina.
And Asangar, the Lady of Ash.
Okay. Rock hard bird. I feel like. What are you gonna say?
Just it's interesting that that's how you've classified them. Rock hard bird. Oh no, you
I meant the birds.
Yeah.
I wasn't being all manosphere about it. Because I kind of see her and think about the giant like raptor. that
Yeah,
she
so
has.
imagine he's riding along his motorcycle
Yeah.
thinking, I've got it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That comes to, fuck off, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Then he crashes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be it.
And she gets the wind to blow dust in his
Yeah.
face, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's having to put eye drops in, and his eyes have been gouged out by the.
Is he
the
ever
raptor.
going to get close enough to impregnate her?
Probably not. No.
I mean, he could try throwing it, but that's
Yeah.
the last result, isn't it?
No, I think this might be the one where Slate loses.
Yeah, I
Out in
do
the
as well.
open, especially.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because we're in like a gladiator pit,
Yeah.
which is
all
always
sand.
sand. Yeah, exactly. He's fucked.
Yeah. Sorry, Slate.
Yeah, he's gonna have like the sandblasted skin.
Yeah. Done. Okay, that was a quick round again.
It was. Well, I think
We're into the semis here.
Yeah, we are.
It's not just the cards.
Hey. Expect one of those strokes every time we do this.
Ashengar, the Lady of Ash.
Yagaloth, the man of shadows.
Ashengar is Psyker?
Sort of.
Probably, yeah, she got
She
some
can
ability
speak to animals, and she can tell the weather what to do.
So we have a somewhat psychic battle, basically. I feel like Ashengar is going to be difficult for Yagaloth's spy network to know much about.
That's true.
Because she's outside of the hive.
But what if he knows which Helmore she is? Like, he might
know that.
He doesn't have to know about her. He might know her when she was.
But does he know about a bird?
I bet he knows about her bird.
Yeah.
He'll have seen like the catalogues, the Forge World catalogues and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
He'll have seen.
He'll know what she's packing. I don't know. I feel like maybe because we've got a bit of a 2-for-1 with Ashengar. Is Yagaloth enough of a combat beast to defeat
I don't think he
Ashengar?
really. I don't think he really exists. I think it's like blades go through him like smoke.
Phases around.
Yeah.
I feel like Yagaloth might have it. Actually, having said all this, because he's the thing that's made me immediately go to him on every other occasion is he's just going to be too well prepared.
Well, you've got how well prepared you'd be. Right, his weapons have got reach. Yeah, he's got a phase shield, and he can teleport about the place.
So that mobility kind of gets around the fact she's got her bird flying around, disrupting.
He can teleport to be on top of the bird, riding it. How do you like that?
Yeah, bosh. Yagaloth takes the bird through to the final.
Yeah, I know it's completely unfeasible and it never happened, but I'd love to see Mo riding a bird.
Yeah, Mo is Joe's dog with a big penis.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Just see him up there, alright, bruv, and he's like, lovely.
Didn't you want Mo to be ridden by a tiny monkey?
Tiny
monkey,
I want Mo to be ridden by a tiny monkey. The tiny monkey is dressed like a little cowboy.
Yeah.
Not a cowboy, no, that's important. He's dressed like a little sheriff. He's got his leather chaps on, like a plaid shirt and a sheriff badge. He's got his cowboy hat and a fake little gun, and he's sat on Mo's back. Mo's running around and the monkey's shrieking. It's all I want.
Yeah.
I'd forego everything else for the rest of the time. If that could happen, I'd just die. On seeing it, I'd be like, there's nothing else now.
So if you're in a position to make Joe's dream come true,
can you imagine though, a little shrieking cowboy monkey on Mo's back?
If anyone has a trained capuchin watching,
because Mo would be panicked as well. Like it would be a calamitous scene.
Yeah,
just amazing.
Right. With that aside, we need to know who our other finalist is.
Perhaps it's Monkey Mo.
The eightfold Harvest Lord.
And I've got the policewoman Scrutinator Primus Certificate.
Blank, doesn't care, chops her head off.
Chops her head right off.
I think that's an easier fight for him than Gorship was.
Right, grand final.
Who have you got?
Well, Yagaloth.
I've got the eightfold Harvest Lord.
What a coincidence. That must be ninefold by now. He's been out so many
several times around the fold. Yeah. I mean, it's how far you think the Chaos Infusion's gone as to whether that's enough to undo Yagaloth.
I think toe to toe with anyone. He's bodying anyone.
Yeah. I think on the tabletop, he wins almost any fight there is once he gets in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone. And like he's got his phase shield and all of that, but you're gonna miss. Or if you're all like me, you're gonna not make all your saves.
Yeah, eventually I think
the
well-folded man is going to.
He'd do him right in.
He would.
So
I feel like he is our champion of Necromunda.
Yeah, and I feel like that's all right.
Yeah.
And the same as last time. If you don't agree, tell us how we were wrong, so we can learn from this. All we want to do is improve.
We've shown that we take viewer feedback on.
Exactly.
Our logo changed as a result.
Yeah, exactly. And we're now getting hints and tips from the viewers, and you can help shape the channel in the same way.
So yeah, if you think there's another champion of Necromunda that should have won,
who's a better man than the eightfold Harvest Lord? Who's gonna kill him? Like toe to toe fight.
So the only one we didn't put in was the Space Marine chap.
Yeah.
Because we disagree with him.
Yeah, he shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
No one invited him.
No.
So I'm not keen on him.
Not in our
They
hive.
smell. The Space
Actually, it
Marines.
is mentioned a few times in the Heresy books that the Space Marines do have a smell about them.
Yeah. They mess around. They knock people's elbows when they're shooting.
If you
They
comment if you know what Joe's referencing.
They insist on sitting at the captain's table.
Oh,
Yeah.
something about a window.
Something about a window.
yeah,
Let's leave it
yeah.
at that.
Yeah, Eightfold Harvest Lord, you are in our grand.
Where are the other losers? Because they need to be in the rest.
They're the losers.
No, some of these I lost as well. I think it was Scrutinator. She was one, wasn't she? And
What do we need? 4 of them.
yeah,
I think it might have been Slate. Slate lost to. It was Ashengar.
yeah.
Yeah. Goldshire.
They don't
Actually,
see this
yeah.
bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see
This is
it.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. This is what it's
behind the paywall. This is.
This is really. We'll do another behind the scenes bit.
Yeah.
One, you've had that chair all episode.
We did
Nothing.
roll.
It's too late now. I've got the pails. That's happened. Secondly, if you are to sit in that chair, you under no circumstances must you move.
It is quite loud.
It's very, very, very loud. I want to make it clear that Dan's not constantly passing wind. Not audibly anyway.
Yeah. Silent but deadly.
Perhaps yeah, but just so you know, he's not being rude.
No, not on purpose anyway. I mean, yeah, the chair is very loud. But yeah, next time we will roll off.
Yeah, and we'll oil the chair
Yes.
pre-episode.
Yeah, some WD down the sides.
So any other? I mean, we've completed that main bit, haven't
No,
we?
I just hope that maybe one day we might have a third presenter, although we will open it up for audition at this stage.
Yeah,
So if you would like to sit in the third seat of Waffle Hammer,
yeah,
please write in and tell us the reason why.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, do that.
Rob, if you're out there, you will have to re-interview for your job at this stage.
Make it like a Games Workshop application. Send us a 2-minute video. Explaining why you should get the job.
And we won't put the wage out there ahead of time because you should just love working for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
don't worry about the wage.
No.
Don't worry about that.
no, talk of money's crap.
Yeah.
It is
Especially in employment, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have to ask
No.
about money.
No, definitely
My God.
not. Definitely not. And also, there's call to action.
Oh yes, yeah. I've heard something about bleeding your radiators might help us at this stage. Particularly if it's a very old rusty radiator
Yeah,
and you let it out very slowly and alluringly. It does help our viewers.
I think it matters what you drain them into as well.
Oh really?
Yes.
That's new to me.
No, it needs to be empty, obviously. Vanilla ice cream tubs. Has to be vanilla.
It's a shame it's not the empty bottles of original recipe lilt that we have lying about from a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but don't get rid of them. You never know.
No, yeah, that could come back
You
round.
never know.
Yeah, so if you can drain a radiator into an empty vanilla ice cream tub.
Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah.
useful. And go to your local bowling alley and squirt toothpaste into the finger holes of 2 balls. That'd be amazing.
Any particular size or weight?
No, one of them has to be green.
Okay, that's got to be one of those smaller sizes.
I should think so. Green is you never see anything big that's green. I think Dan's probably right.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the children's balls.
Yeah, I should think so.
Yeah.
And those 2 words will be demonetised this
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Anyway, waffle done.
Well, yeah, I'm waffled
Yeah.
right out, bro.
That's all the waffle from me.
Yeah, continue behaving, everyone.
Yeah, you sound like Judge Dredd now. Yeah, be vigilant, behave.
Yeah, no, you have to behave, and really, I shouldn't have to tell you, and I'm angry that I do, but here we are. Just
That's
behave.
the state of affairs in the
Yeah.
world we live in.
Yeah,
Anyway, cut to some Mickey stirrups to see us out.
yeah. Go and have a cheese sandwich. See you later.
Goodbye.
Drop the bass. Peace.